Thanks to the breezes that blow through the treeses, that churns up the shallows, and the bait fish they fleezes. Look what the bass seizes. He does what he pleases and tugs on the line after striking one of these's. Rattle trap, baby. I'm a poet and don't know it. Well, now that you've heard the rhyme, let me show you the reason. Underwater, when there's a moderate breeze, I've observed how the waves create a pulsating current. This undulating motion is most noticeable in shallow water, and the turbulence stirs up the zooplankton, which were blooming over the vegetation. The occurrence therefore stimulates the bait fish, ultimately drawing the bass that were holding off the edge up on the shallow flats to aggressively feed. There's a fish. There's one. Ooh. It feels like a pretty good one too. Yeah. There we go. On the old rattle trap. Chrome blueback. Right in that little pocket right there. I might be able to catch another one if I could hold myself in the wind. I caught that fish as I was blowing over it. Now I'm kind of throwing to it. Usually where you find one, you'll find another. Just right on cue. Right on cue. Yeah, in the fall they gang up and they just start cruising, feeding up for the winter. Taking into consideration the passing weather fronts at this time of year, I expect there to be wind. With that said, I prepare for it and manage the wind and use it to my benefit. I do that by first installing my power pole drift paddles. Then, with a simple push of a button, the drift paddles deploy and I can control my drift speed significantly, up to 50%. This will allow me the time to make more casts and cover the productive areas more thoroughly. No doubt about it, fishing in a stiff breeze can be downright challenging. Although, if you prepare to manage the wind and choose a fishable lure presentation, you'll likely have a bountiful day. But I'm going to drift down this whole lake and just cover water with that rattle trap. I'm using 20-pound test Seagar Tatsu fluorocarbon line, not monofilament. Fluorocarbon line has much less stretch than mono, which enables me to rip free from the vegetation much easier. And what I'm basically doing is positioning my boat just off the edge of the break and casting with the wind up on the shallow flats. Although a scattered fish can come from anywhere, one of the most predictable spots in the fall are the inside turns on points. I'm coming to another inside turn. There's one. There's one. Yeah. Caught you in the side there. Another decent fish. On this inside turn that I said I was coming up to, these fish are shallower. They're up here cruising on this nice sunny day. This is a day in mid-October where it's supposed to be 74 degrees today and windy, which I expected and I prepared for. Here we go. There we go. In closing, don't be intimidated by the wind. And above all, don't just tolerate it. Manage it to your advantage with power pole drift paddles. Blustery days can deliver an incredible bite.